¿Sí se escucha?
Julius, you're up.
Julius, coge.
Okay, welcome everyone. It's a wonderful pleasure to be here with you this evening. Welcome to the 13th annual art exhibit from the 32BJ union members. And we're doing it virtually this year because of the fact that the COVID-19 and the coronavirus situation we're all experiencing around the world. But it's a wonderful pleasure to be here. And we also give us an opportunity to meet with other members from the other states, which allows them to participate with us as well. So we got over 106 artists participating this year, and more than 240 pieces are going to be displayed. So welcome and have a wonderful time. It's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to pass it on to Mr. Carson Williams from 1199.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of George Gresham, president of 1199 SEIU, I'd like to welcome you to 32BJ's 13th annual art show. We all know it's been a difficult year. For us artists, art is essential, but in truth, just staying alive is essential. I'd like to give a shout out to Kyle Bragg, president of 32BJ, for sponsoring this event this year. Thanks to all participating artists. Thanks to all of our visitors who are able to join us on Facebook. And hopefully you'll be able to visit us next year's show, which will be even bigger and better than before. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to one of our founding members of 32BJ Art Committee, Hiram Rodrigues.
Hiram, you there?
Do you see me?
Yes.
Hi guys, my name is Hiram Rodrigues. I'm one of the original founding fathers, and it's been a great experience. We originally, just to give you a little history of the art committee, we originally started with like 10 members, and now we're over 100 members, which is pretty incredible. And we just felt that the union, a lot of union members had great talent in different areas. And, and we wanted to create a forum for them to show that to everybody. And I also, I was very happy to have my one of my designs selected for the art show this year. And the poster that you're looking at on the left shows a janitor during the day and an artist by night. And that's pretty much a reflection of, my experience. And I'm sure it's the same. It reflects a lot of other 32BJ members. You know, we're not just porters, not just porters, janitors, or security guards. There's a lot more to us than that. And this exemplifies that. And I also wanted to show with the design on the right that the world hurts as we speak now through the COVID-19 experience. And we're just praying that eventually things will get better regarding that. But yeah, I wanted to express that with that illustration. And again, the art committee is a terrific program, and any member of 32BJ that has any terrific talents, whether it's art, singing, photography, whatever it may be, please reach out to the art committee. We have like monthly meetings where we meet, and you'll always be welcome. And I also want to thank special thanks to Lenore Friedlander and her staff for putting this virtual art show together. And last but not least, I would like to introduce Carl Braggs, the president of 32BJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Hiram, and good afternoon, brothers and sisters. First, I hope and pray that this event finds you, your families, and all your loved ones healthy and safe. This art show is something that I look forward to every year. It's amazing work that our members do, and it's, as Hiram said, indicates the depth and wealth of talent that we have in 32BJ, and that our members are more than the work that they do every day in supporting the public as essential workers. Our members have been thrust into the spotlight. A lot of times we work, we are the invisible workforce, but now through this pandemic, we've been thrust into the spotlight, and people see and understand the essentialness of the work that we provide every day. So in a lot of ways, this art show is even more important this year than ever before. The show, and if you'll pardon the play on words, that we have a lot to draw down from to get through this difficult time. And the work that you guys do and our ability today, and I want to thank Lenora for her commitment to highlighting and showing the various talents of our members through this program, and not allowing this crisis to put a pause on our ability to gather and lift each other up and support each other's incredible talents. The silver lining, though, to moving the art show online is that it's made easier for us to have many more members from every part of our union to be able to participate and to join in us and see the many talents that are on display through our membership. In addition to our New York members, we have members from Boston, Hudson Valley, Connecticut, Capital Area District, Pittsburgh, Philly, and of course, from our sister union, my brother Carlton from 1199. And we'd love to see more of my brothers and sisters from 1199 join us. So Carlton, I'm giving you a mission. Let's seek out some more artists in 1199 and let's expand this next year, all right? Between 33J members, 1199 members, family, friends, we have 106 artists, and that is incredible. I've looked at some of the art before we began the program, and it's really inspiring to see our members and others continue to express their creativity in such a difficult time. Hiram, those pieces that have been highlighted up front were just amazing. They're really incredible and powerful. That kind of speak to the moment we're in. And I had the opportunity also to look at many of the other artists' pieces in the preview of this event. And each and every one of them are extremely talented and powerful in its own way, and speaking to your lived experiences, your current experiences, and all of how we engage each other in this moment that we're in. So I do want to take a moment to remember that 1 year ago last week, our union dealt with a terrible loss, an incredible blow to our organization. It was the loss of my brother, my friend, our president, Hector Figueroa. And last year, Hector came to the reception with his daughter, if you remember, Elena, and he submitted a piece to the show. This event was highlighted for him as it was for me, and I'm sure many of you as well. Excuse me, I just, thinking about Hector, you can't help but to stir some emotions. Hector's always present for me, and as I'm sure he's present for all of us. And with that said, I'd like to introduce a video that we made of Hector as he celebrates with some of our members. It's an incredible video, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I continue to enjoy it. And so now, without further delay, I'll ask you to now run that video. And following that, immediately, you'll hear a poem that's inspired by my brother Hector's life, written and be performed by our brother and board member, Ricky Buchanan. No sound. Can we try to run it again and get the sound?
The sound's not working,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Is there a sound button on the video?
Why don't, maybe we should do the, Ricky with the poem next, and then.
Yeah, why don't we do
might
that and
give
just see if we can
Darlene
get
a
this
little
together? Makes sense.
Work on the sound issues. Let me unmute Ricky, let's see.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Ricky, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go for it. Can you do your poem now while we're?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone, to all participants. Good afternoon, Mr. President, Lenora, and all well-wishers. I wrote a poem about Hector, and to this day, I'm really speechless, but it go like this. I am shocked, numbed, and speechless. I am searching to find words of comfort to ease my painful and grieving heart. We are saddened yet hopeful, knowing the struggle continues and the marathon goes on with strong determinations, commitment, and sincere unification. Oh, honorable, brilliant comrade, your leadership, compassion, and vision are second to none. You have given your all and best. Now it's time for you to rest. Fearless, humble warrior, we never knew you would have left so soon. And even though our hearts are aching, you have impacted us with progressive and inspirational thoughts. And yes, you have advocated tirelessly for the working class, political change, immigrant rights. You loudly spoke out against racial and environmental injustice and vigorously fought for 15 to become a reality. Oh, visionary and intelligent soldier, trot on to your place of peaceful rest. And to everyone, cheer up and dry your teary eyes. Si se puede, comandante Hector Figueroa. Si se puede.
Sí se puede.
As we approach the anniversary of my friend, my brother, my president, Hector Figueroa's passing, Hector's dedication, his compassion, his leadership is greatly missed by this union and this membership, and by me personally, particularly as I think about all the challenges that we've gone through as a union.
El sol de hoy estamos disfrutando de lo que tanto Héctor luchó para que nosotros sigamos donde estamos.
Y nunca lo vamos a olvidar. ¿Y cómo nunca lo vamos a olvidar? Siguiendo su legado de defender los derechos de los trabajadores siempre.
When I talk to my coworkers, I want to make sure they understand that they do have a voice. Somebody's listening. Whatever struggle it is, whether it be immigration reform, Black Lives Matter, politically, their voice can change the world, and we can make it better. And I know Hector would be proud.
Today, I'm counting his memory on defending my coworkers, trying to leave his legacy behind.
Fight for the members, teach them about their contracts, their rights, and I want to continue it because it was the right thing to do.
The thing that I will take away from Hector is that the members were the ones that could make the union strong.
le voy a hacer honor en este primer año buscando la lucha y ganar buenos salarios para todos los trabajadores. He loves all of us and cares about us. God bless.
I'm honoring Hector by voting in November.
I'm honoring Hector Figueroa by filling out my census.
I'm honoring Hector's legacy by inviting people to join the union, this phenomenal union, 32BJ.
And I will honor his legacy by continuing to fight for equity, justice, and dignity for all workers everywhere.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Ricky. Robert Santorelli. Unmuted. Robert, are you unmuted?
Robert.
Oh, wait. Robert, you have to unmute yourself.
I did.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Robert Santorelli. I'm a member of the 32BJ Art Committee, and I've been in the union for over 20 years. Every June we do an art show, and this year, because of the pandemic, we're doing a virtual art show. I am amongst a bunch of very talented artists. Most of them have artistic backgrounds. Some attended schools like Parsons, and some studied abroad. As far as myself, I'm self-taught. Every year, to keep up with these very talented friends of mine, I have to do things different. I don't want people to look at my work and keep walking by. For the past 10 to 13 years, visitors always gather around my art and ask me questions. That's what makes me feel good. This year, along with my Think Different mentality, I made 3 projects out of Metro cards. Yes, Metro cards. The one you are seeing now, I call Metro Cat. It took 50 Metro cards and 35 hours to make. Stands 20 inches high and 12 inches wide. I got the idea from this Metro card from a woman who passed by the building while I was on the job. She had a stroller with 2 cats in it. We used to call those cats tiger cats, they're yellow. When I got home, the cats were still on my mind, so I got out the Metro cards and started cutting out the yellow parts. I also have an Elvis Presley that I made for a dear friend, and a Metro dog that I made for a 93-year-old woman who lives in the building where I work. She lost her dog a few years ago, and she thinks she's too old to care for one now. She's been a little depressed and with this pandemic and everything, so I surprised her. I made her the Metro card dog. When I brought it to her, she had tears in her eyes and went around and showed all her friends in the building. Thank you guys so much. I enjoyed, and thank you for attending this virtual art show. And next up is a friend of mine who also thinks different, Mr. Teresa Tobias.
Thank you, Robert. It's a pleasure. Everyone, welcome. My name is Teresa Tobias. I was born and grew up in Dominican Republic. I've been in the United States for about 35 years. For the last 10 years, I've been dedicating myself to art. I was a 32BJ member for 18 years. I retired last year. And what inspired me is creative art is, I think it's, you think differently, and then also you enjoying the moment. It's like being in meditation. What I do 4 types of art. I started as a photographer. I followed by drawing in the computer and my telephone. Then I started painting during the pandemic, and you can see in my background some art and a whole session, my regular painting. But what I really enjoy, what you see right here, is creating art out of garbage, which is, as a porter, I used to work at New York University, surrounded by a lot of garbage. And I started creating art out of it. And now it's just a part of my desire to use whatever materials are available, whatever is disposed. And as you can see, this is made out of paper, Amazon, brown paper, bags and everything. And you can see in this picture, I have used glue, spray paint, glass paint, and also the main ingredient for this paper is I use industrial wax paper, and that's how I create this thing. I encourage anyone that if you have materials, don't waste it, particularly if you're starting art. It's a fabulous time. It's a pleasure to see all of you, and thank you for watching our great show today. Let me introduce our dear friend, Sandra Glading. She's gonna read a poem.
All right, good afternoon, people. Well, this is my first event. This is attending one of these art events. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, lean in a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my first time attending one of these events. So I'm happy for the link that they sent us. They always keep you abreast on what's going on 32BJ. That's why I have to say we're one of the best unions in the world as far as I'm concerned. So basically, I'm a security guard. I work at night. Only 4 years with the job in the union, and I've been writing poetry for like over 25 years. I write about things that bothers me. I write about things that bothers others, you know, things in general, so happy things, sad things. So without further ado, I'll just tell you, I'll just let you decide what this poem is speaking of. I wrote this 2016. I was sitting in McDonald's and I seen people coming in and out, and I just kind of like observed and then took my pen and paper and just came to life. And it's called The World Around Us. The world we live in sometimes can catch us by surprise, witnessing some of the most incomprehensible things unfold right before your eyes. Things going up and down and spinning all around. Explosions everywhere. You don't know if it's fireworks, bullets flying, AKA gunshots down. Living just enough for the city. Go to sleep, wake up to see that your neighbor next door looks different than the one who used to live there before. And the world around us, every season and thing change and rearrange. There's an appointed time for everything underneath the sun. One day closes and another one has begun. Take a look in the mirror and I'm sure you'll see the person you are looking at now is different than the one you used to be. Flashback 5, 10, 15 years in the past. When you were younger, had no problem. When you ran, jumped, or leaped. Now you'll probably be gasping for air. When you walk up one flight of stairs, can't hardly breathe. Living just enough for the city. The world around us and everything in it has an appointed time underneath the sun. One day closes and a new one for you hopefully has begun. Instead of complaining how others are prospering, things come easy to them as if a silver platter was placed in their hands. But for you, life is always hard when you have the same 24 hours afforded to you. So stop just being a sightseer and become one of them too. You just might see the world in a whole new perspective and not just as doom and gloom. And that completes my poetry.
Thank you.
Next up is Sean.
Greetings, everyone.
Sean
Good
Hardy
afternoon,
from
everybody.
Philadelphia Mid-Atlantic District.
How's everybody? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sean Hardy. I've been an artist pretty much all my life. I've been in the union for about 7 years now, probably going on 8. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm actually was born in Jersey, moved to South Carolina where I was raised, moved to Detroit, and now I'm in the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area. And I've been, like I said, I've been an artist all my life. You know, I probably got it from my father. My mom always says that he has a talent for drawing. And then me and my brother kind of picked up the mantle and kind of went from there. And then being that I consider myself young, even though I got gray hairs, I still consider myself young a little bit. You know, listen to hip hop music and graffiti on the wall, you know, New York City subways and stuff, that kind of inspired me just to do art. And then I wanted to do it on a more professional level, which is I went to school for graphic design, learning how to illustrate, cartoon, and sketching, and so forth. The piece that I have there in front of you today, I call it The Aftermath. And I like to draw artwork that kind of captivate the current times of the moment. You know, we're gone tomorrow, someone can never pick this picture up. They could kind of get a brief glimpse of what happened in that time and era. And this, of course, captivates the recent pandemic that we're in, you know, all the protests, the violence, and then we as 32BJ workers standing on the front line, you know, working in these conditions. And I know there's a situation where we possibly may be looking at working out here and, you know, getting hazard pay because we were working out here on those front lines, and a lot of employers may or may not be talking about or having that discussion right now. But this piece has so much different conversational topics. You know, you can kind of look really in it, talks about the 5G technology tower. You know, again, you see the workers working into each other, people standing together, you know, coming as one, people helping to rebuild the stores and the broken into storefronts. So I just kind of wanted to draw something that kind of related to the times, and my fiance helped me with the color scheme. So if she's watching, you know, I love you, baby, and thank you for the color scheme. And just kind of went from there. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And thank you so much for having me on. And the next person behind me, I'm going to give the microphone to Mr. Tony Mendoza.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, guys. As you heard, my name is Tony Mendoza, and I've been a member of 32BJ for 33 years. About 6 years a member of the art committee. I come from El Salvador, and I work as a doorman. My passion is photography. And on these uncertain times, it's been very hard for me to continue practicing my photography since I'm afraid to go out. So I've done some little small, you know, work at home, but I'd rather stay safe, and, you know, there'll be other times that I'll be able to go out and keep practicing. I believe that art are essentials, especially in these times, because it helps us, as always, express ourselves, and also try to keep, it helps us to stay stronger, healthy, and a little bit smarter. This picture you see here is one of my early works. I took this photograph about a few years ago, 5-10 years ago, I can't remember. On one winter time, I was walking through Central Park. I liked the colors, I liked the performer, and I couldn't just walk by without taking a picture of the performer there. So I thank everybody for participating, and I'll introduce you now to Sara Kurtak.
Okay, we have a video up next with one of our Pittsburgh artists. Okay, we have a video up next with one of our Pittsburgh artists.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I got into art at a very young age because it gave me a creative outlet that I really needed at the time, and I kind of stuck with it because I think it gives me a voice, which is why I think it's essential to everyday life for those people who can't get their sentences out or can't really speak in front of other people, because it gives them the voice that they needed and that they were missing.
Okay, Eddie Sanchez is next. Let's see if he's on mute. Okay, Eddie Sanchez is next. Eddie, please unmute yourself. Eddie, please unmute yourself.
How about you? Hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I first want to thank President Calbrax for allowing you and committee, along with the founders of the
Eddie, it's hard to hear you. Can you get closer? Can you get closer to your computer? Can you get closer? Get closer to your computer?
How about now? You hear me now?
Yes.
Better?
Yes.
Okay, I guess they could edit all.
Explain a little bit about your.
First, I just wanted to thank Kyle Brass for allowing you, the committee, and all the founders to allow this, because this helps a lot of us therapeutically, especially me, what I've been gone through since 2012, when I had a near fatal car accident. And when I started in the union, the art was allowed me to find my thoughts and be a more gentle person. I work at a condominium in Manhattan, 171 East 84th Street. I'm a member of Local 32BJ for 35 years. And I've been on the art committee for 7 years. Most of my artwork is landscapes, as you can see, and they're acrylic. The inspiration for this one piece was and that's how I do my work. I look for inspiration. I look at something and I come up with a piece. And I walked into a pharmacy one day and I picked up a pamphlet and I saw this picture of a woman standing with the countryside, and this is the piece I came up with. I just have to thank God for allowing me to come up with this. I'm self-taught, even though I've been inspired by a famous painter, Samuel Adoki, who is a painter from Africa, who's been able to come here and teach in all schools throughout Manhattan, and has pieces in museums and so forth. And through his inspiration and his pushing and his books and his teachings, I've learned different things that I'm still learning. And my goal is to start learning how to do portraits, learn oil painting, and pursue artwork. Once I retire, I've made that decision. And basically, that's it. I just wanted to thank God for everything. And I'm hoping, as you can see these hands, hopefully I call them this piece, the hands of hope. And hopefully, at the end of the rainbow, we'll be okay once this is all over.
Thank you, Eddie. I think we're gonna have one more video from one of our members in Boston.
Right. And his name is Mauricio Cunha. Take it away, Mauricio.
Born in Brazil.
Good afternoon, friends and companions. My name is Mauricio Cunha. I'm an artist. Art to me is an expression of freedom. So I hope we keep together in this union, and I'm very happy to post some of my paintings on 32BJ Art Show. Thank you very much. God bless America.
Okay, so thank you everybody for your participation. For those artists who shared a little bit about your work, who you are, and your vision and your perspective. The art show is something very special to us at 32BJ because we believe that our members have an important message, an important perspective. They have their views and their voices and their entire selves to share with the world. And every year the art show gives us the opportunity to showcase the incredible talent of 32BJ members and 1199 members and family and friends. And art is about our humanity. Art is about our perspective. Art is about our understanding. And as Kyle mentioned, frequently people think the work we do, that we're invisible and somehow the work we do just happens. We are much more than the work we do. We take pride in our work, but we also have really important messages to share with the world. And we have that opportunity here at 32BJ and 1199 to do that, to use our art as a way to showcase our talents, to be proud of who we are, to be proud of where we come from, to be proud of what we do and what we have to say. So this is something that we do every single year. We have an art committee that meets once a month on the third Saturday of the month at 11 o'clock. We are doing those meetings on Zoom now, so anybody, any of you, any place can participate. And if you go to the art committee's website, 32bjarts.org, you'll get the information about our next meetings. All the art that's been entered in this year's art will be, you'll be able to access the art gallery from that page, and you'll be able to share a recording of this art program today. And we're very grateful that everybody's been patient with the technology. We're learning, as everybody else is learning, how to operate in this new world. And we think there's some great opportunities about how we can connect, how we can build our community, how we can build our union through Zoom and through connecting and learning from each other and from sharing our art and our views and our passion and our interests with each other. And so we invite everybody to look at the gallery, to share it with your family and friends, to continue to express yourself through art. And we're happy for everybody to continue this journey with us. And we've been doing this for 13 years, and we're going to continue on our path to grow and to expand. So with that, I think we're going to conclude the